Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Solutions for Sellers. Janet Parks here, CEO and founder of Solutions for Sellers, where we help online sellers just like you simplify the way that they post online so that they can stand out and grow their business. I'm excited to hang out with you guys here for the next 20 minutes. And let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm really excited to hang out with you guys tonight. But I got some tips here to give you that are going to help you just simplify your whole process. Raise your hand in the comments, okay? Let me know if when you think about posting online, whether it's reels or posting on your feed or on your stories, or maybe even going live. Let me know if it's like overwhelming for you. Like maybe it's the whole concept sounds simple, right? You just post online, right? You just post content. That sounds simple enough. Maybe that part sounds simple, but I mean, the actual action of doing the thing and posting the content and making sure that it's good quality content, making sure that it all makes sense, right? Making sure that the pictures look good and that your message that you really want to give out to your watchers, your listeners, right? People that are engaging with you, you want to make sure that that message sounds good and it's to brand, right? So let me know, raise your hand in the comments if that sounds just overwhelming. I know for me, when I first started my online business, I was just like you. For some of you that are commenting, it was confusing. It was overwhelming. It was a lot, right? And I didn't go into this business with all of the knowledge. Okay. I was working full time for AT&T. I was a store manager. I had children and I just wanted to start this online business thing. And I didn't really expect anything from it, right? When I made my first $150 online, I realized, okay, this is something, right? I need to figure some things out. And I realized, oh my gosh, I have to have a VIP group. Comment below if you have a community group where all your customers hang out, right? All of your followers, all of your audience members, they all hang out in that group. Comment below if you have one of those. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I have to create content. Like, what does that mean, create content? So at first, and some of us might still be doing this, right? At first, I was grabbing information like graphics and like all of the copy paste stuff in my community groups, right? You guys know, like when we join a direct sales business, network marketing business, we're popped into all these different resource groups. They have amazing resources for us. But all I was doing was posting about my product because I thought, okay, this is how you market. I just copy paste my products and my stuff, and I just like copy paste everything, right? And I put a link on everything, right? There you go. This is easy. I'm gonna make a whole bunch of sales like this. Anybody else? That was me. And then I realized, okay, nobody's buying anything after my launch. After I did my launch party online, nobody's buying anything. Nobody's like commenting anymore. And I'm like, why are people like seeing it and not doing anything about it? That was the thing that was like confusing to me. Like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Then I realized after really kind of doing research and watching trainings and taking courses and listening to people that had figured this stuff out, I realized like I can't just sell to people. People don't come onto social media initially to purchase things. And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense, right? Wish somebody would have told me that in the beginning. So I realized like, oh, I needed to like engage people. I needed to post engagement posts. I need to make sure that I'm like teaching people things and like people actually like me. I need to figure out all these things. There's so many elements to it, right? When you really think about it, like it sounds simple at first. Cool, running this online business, side gig, right? It's easy. Just gonna post my link and get all these purchases. And then you realize it's like, wait a minute, like, no, I got to build a community versus building a group, right? Comment below if you have a group or a community. There's a big difference between the two. Okay. I had a straight up group. Okay. People were just looking at my posts and just looking the other direction. So I figured it out, right? I started engaging with my audience. I started sending personal messages. I started getting to know my audience. I started going live and just being goofy and just figuring stuff out. And I started really building that connection piece. And even though when we're talking about tonight's training, we're talking about like actual content, right? Even though going live is a piece of content, we're talking about really how to simplify that. And there needs to be a simplified like Bible, right? Or a guide or something that you can follow that makes you that helps you learn, not only see the copy paste stuff, right? It's always easy to just copy what works and paste it. Of course, you want to make it your own because you don't want to be a clone. Ooh, I just rhymed. That should be on a shirt. Make it your own. You don't want to be a clone. You guys follow me for a reason, right? So anyway, but there needs to be something, right? So we created here at Solutions for Sellers, we created these resources, right? We created a template that allows you to plug and play. You take the template for your party scripts, and then you just make it your own. You put your face on it. You put your logo for those of you that have a logo. You put your products on it, and then you have these really fun themed parties. It just magically turns into something exciting, right? The same thing with our new daily post pack. Okay, you have like posts every single day for your feed that also they give you a guideline on what to post, and it gives you a nice little mix of like a formula on how to actually post to attract business, attract people, engage in conversations, build those connections. But you can also make it your own, right? So you have everything in there. So we created those resources really for that reason. And there's a ton of different social media content businesses out there as well, right? Some of you guys might be subscribed to them. Some of you guys are subscribed to our Simply Sustainable Academy, where you get all that included. And it's great to have those things. And it's awesome because it helps you stay organized and it helps you really learn how to post. And for me, it's like I need to know the why and the how behind something before I ever can find a reason to actually do it, right? We got to know the purpose. So let's talk about some tips here that are going to help you simplify the way that you are posting online. Comment below with what your biggest struggle is when it comes to content creation. I'm really curious to know. All right. So number one, and you might have seen, I'm going to be repetitive on some of the things here that were already shown in tonight's training because it's helpful to just recycle that information, right, for this live, because it's one thing to read it. It's one thing to kind of see a little reel about it. You guys saw some of my cute reels. But it's another thing to actually hear it, right? So that it all kind of puts that puzzle piece together for you, and then it makes sense so that you can actually go implement. The whole point of taking this, right, and taking these trainings is for you to absorb, right? Let it resonate, and then go try it out. Go implement the thing. So number one of the most important things that a lot of people do, they miss on actually, is planning out their content. So comment below if you are the fly out of your seat type of person, or what's the term? Spanish was my first language. Fly off of your seat, maybe that's the term, right? Or on a whim, post on a whim type of person where you just wake up that morning essentially and you're trying to figure out what to post that day, and you find something and then you're just writing out the post and you're putting the picture on the wall, or you're putting that post in your VIP group or on your business page, and you do it like that day, right? Or maybe even like 5 minutes before it actually posts, that's when you're actually creating it. So let me know if you're that kind of person, or if you're a planner, right? If you're the person that's like, okay, here's what we have coming up, right? We have all these things. So let me figure out the best way to post it out. Okay. Let me just tell you, I was a mixture of like posting the same day type of person and planning. I was like, okay, I know what's coming, so I'm gonna plan it out. And then I never did because I was disorganized. And so then I would be like, okay, let me at least plan a couple days ahead. So I got that going on. So it was like a weird mix of in between the two. Comment below what your strategy was or is. But here's what's really helpful. Okay. I like to separate my social media areas into different like compartments. Okay. I have my feed. Okay. Because that's a place that I know that I'm posting consistently. I have, and that's outside my VIP group, my actual personal page feed. I have my business page for Solutions for Sellers, and I have my 2 Instagram accounts. I also have TikTok, and I also have Pinterest, and I also have YouTube. So I have to be organized with content creation, because if one falls down the tube, then it's kind of a trickle effect because you're having to catch up, right? Does anybody feel like that? Like you have all these social media platforms. Well, tip number one, well, I know we're going to talk about planning, but tip number one, make sure that you're not spread out too thin. If you're on too many social media platforms because you feel like some video of someone said, you need to be on this platform, I'm going to need you to just take your foot off the gas pedal, okay? Because if you're everywhere, okay, everywhere, you're really nowhere. All right. Write that down. If you're everywhere, you're really nowhere, especially if you're not organized. Okay. And the number one thing that you want to remember is that consistency is one of the biggest things. And you're not going to be able to focus on the quality of your content if you're so focused on quantity. And if you have too much quantity, you need to narrow it down so that you can be more focused on the quality piece. Okay. So, what number one tip here, plan your content or begin planning 5 to 7 days before the month actually begins. Okay. So, that might sound easier than it actually is to do, but I want to give you this extra tip here. Okay. If you have a content tool, all right, and I know we talk about content tools a lot, but it's literally a lifesaver. Okay. If you have a content tool or template that you can work off of, even better. Okay. A content template like in your VIP group, for example, that can be one of your buckets, right? One of your category of things where you post consistently every month, right? So in your VIP group, why not use a template, okay, where it has all of the majority of the posts in there? You're just plugging in your captions and you're plugging in your graphics and you're editing certain parts. That way it's ready to schedule out. Now, for those of you that are in a business where everything changes every week, which I can't stand that, okay? I can't stand when things change like by the week, but it is what it is, right? It's some companies, it is what it is. Not saying that those are bad companies. I'm just saying I like to know things ahead of time. That's me personally. But if you have the access to know things ahead of time, you can easily plan out your month, use a template, edit the captions of them, edit the graphics, and then schedule it out for the whole month. And then throughout the month, if things do change, if a sale pops up, right? If there's a new incentive that pops up, then you can just open up your template, your scheduled template. Hopefully, you're using a platform like SendShare or another scheduling platform that you actually enjoy. We love SendShare up in here. But if you're using SendShare, you can just open it up, cancel whatever post you have scheduled for that day, and just replace that post with whatever incentive, sale, whatever kind of post you want for that day. Okay. But what you want to do, even if things change very often, plan ahead 5 to 7 days. We release content templates here in this in our boutique, sellersboutique.com. That's our store. And for our Simply Sustainable Academy members, they get all of our content as well. So they have it earliest sometimes on the 20th, right? And latest by the 25th. So they have a few days to go ahead and edit and schedule it out. You want to do that because then you don't have to worry about it. And if some little thing changes throughout the month, you can just simply edit and switch it out. Okay. That's going to save so much sanity for you. Okay. It really, really is. And it's going to make you more organized. It's going to make you more consistent. You're going to find that your focus is going to change from just creating content to actually focusing on the things that you should be focusing on, which is relationships, replying to comments. Okay. Instead of spending an hour or 30 minutes on creating your posts, you're actually going in during the month and you're boosting your algorithm because you're doing it in a timely manner. When people comment, you want to make sure that you reply so that you can make one comment into 2 or 3 comments because that boosts your algorithm, right? You can actually engage with people in your VIP group. Your mind is not going to be so focused on working in on your business because at that point you're working on your business, right? That's the goal. You don't want to be so like in the trenches of it. So that's number one tip. Plan ahead 5 to 7 days. Even if you don't have all the answers, do something, schedule something. All right. So that you're not having to just on a daily basis come up with something. All right. Number two, it really is kind of the same as number one with the planning, but prepping your content. All right. If you know that I have, for example, 3 social media content or social media platforms that I want to show up in consistently every single month, right? Instagram, Facebook, and let's just say Pinterest is the third, right? Let's just say those are my 3. If that is the case, then I need to make sure that I'm prepping things ahead of time. Okay. So if I want to show up on Facebook, right? Some of us have parties that we do. Some of us have VIP groups that we maintain. Some of us have business pages that we want to post on. Some of us have a personal feed between stories and your personal feed. That's a lot, right? And if you don't have it planned out, you're doing this like hamster wheel thing. So what you want to do is see what you have in the month ahead. Okay. So we always train here. You never want to walk into your month completely unprepared. You never want to walk into a month with 0. right? You want to walk into your month with bookings. You want to walk into your month with clients. Okay. So I would say for if you have parties for February, for example, right? That's next month. If you have parties planned out, then take your party script and make sure you're going through and you're editing it. You have it loaded into SendShare. You have your hostess name on that script, and then go ahead and just schedule it out. And even if it's not ready to be scheduled out, save it into a folder. That way, in case the hostess changes the date, right? There you go, right? You can adjust as needed. All right. So that second thing is daily posts for your feed. Again, you want to use a template, right? You want to use something that's already made. But if you don't have anything accessible to you right now, or if you just don't have anything available, then you need to be coming up with your formula. Okay. You need to have your content pillars kind of figured out. All right. Who do I help? How do I help them? Okay. And how do I want people to know me? Right. How do I want people to gain value from me? Right. What kind of value can I give onto others? So how do I help people? Well, I help them with products and I help them make money. Right. So in my network marketing business, I'm going to talk about my products and I'm going to talk to them about how they can make money selling my products. So there's one content pillar. The second content pillar, what was the second thing that I said? Who do I help? Right. Talking to my target audience. And who is your target audience? Typically, it's you before you started your company, you before you started your business. Okay. What were your pain points? What were the things that you were looking for? What were the things that you needed or you were feeling at the time? Channel that energy, right? And create content around that. Okay. Use your story. And that's number two, right? So that's the second type of content I'm going to be making. And then number three, what do I want people to know me for? Right. So this is going to be who I am. How am I giving to people? How am I serving people? When people come to me for value and people come to me and I want to build that know, like, and trust factor, which is very important. What do I want people to know me for, right? How can I actually help them outside of just selling the product and the business? Well, I'm going to give them value, right? This is where I'm going to give them helpful tips, helpful hacks. I'm going to share again my story. I'm going to give them step by steps. I'm going to be utilizing my stories for that. So once you have your content pillars figured out, you can even take a piece of paper, right? This is my affirmations page. What? Piece of paper, and you can do like 3 lines, and you can write down your 3 content pillars and then content ideas, right? Put in some content ideas in there so that you have something that you can create. Now, if this sounds like a lot for you, then you need to use a content template. There are people that have already figured this out for you, right? You just plug and play. And if there are posts in there that you want to exchange out, then go ahead and exchange it out. If there's a post on a day that you want to go live, then take out the post and then go live on that day, right? And it goes the same thing as for reels, right? When it comes to reels, you want to make sure that you're going through it and you have content pillars for those, and it can be the exact same thing that you're doing on Facebook. You could reflect it on over to your reels and your TikToks. What are my content pillars, right? Who do I help? How do I help them? And what do I want to be known for? All right. And which, by the way, on the what do I want to be known for, you want to include engagement, right? You want to include, just opportunities for connection, allowing people to get to know you and things like that. All right. So that's that third one. And then my last tip for today for you guys is something that I've kind of already mentioned as well. It kind of all blends together in the end, but make sure that you are using a scheduling platform. All right. I don't care how busy you are and how busy you're not. SendShare is only $10 a month. I mean, really, if you are spending so much time typing up a caption, trying to go scrolling through your camera roll, finding your graphics on your Canva or on your computer, you need a scheduling software, right? I mean, you can schedule your stories, you can schedule your Instagram posts, you can schedule your feed posts, you can schedule your VIP groups posts. What if it saves you time so that you can have your brain on other things without having to require to remember to post every day? Why not use a tool, right? One of my mentors said this and it's like resonated to this day. Don't be a fool, use a tool. All right. So I just want you guys to just think about working smarter here. All right, guys. Anyways, I hope you guys found value in tonight's training. I know it's one of my favorite topics, really, is talking about content creation and using tools and templates and automations to really simplify the way that we work our business. But guys, I also want to remind you guys, a few days ago, we did a 3-day masterclass, and comment below if you attended that. Did you guys really enjoy that? If you did, I want to invite you into this program. I want to invite you, and I want you to step in to this next level for your program. Okay. If you, if you struggle with the foundations for your business, if you struggle with things like content creations, putting automations into place, simplifying your workspace, right? This is a comprehensive 6-month program designed for the online seller looking to organize their process, grow their influence, and build a successful direct sales business. Okay. And one of the best things that I've been able to do in 2022 is invest in myself. I invested in a mentor, and this is why we've built this multiple 6-figure business online, is because we have simplified our process, and now we're positioned to really scale this year because of that investment, guys. Okay. So I really want to encourage you, if you are struggling with processes, if you are struggling in your business right now, maybe you're a professional student. You guys know what I mean by that, right? Where it's like you take all the trainings, you do all the things, you're doing things all the time, and you're taking in all these summits and all these boot camps and absorbing the information, but you struggle to launch, you struggle to implement, you struggle to see the results from it, right? Because it's like analysis paralysis. You want to make sure it's perfect. You're over analyzing everything. I would love to have the opportunity to guide you step by step. We're going to dive into your business. We're going to help you get the right systems in place for duplication, organizing your process, and narrowing down your focus so that you can bring in a better result. No more wasting time. No more wondering what to do to grow your business. This program is going to hold you accountable. We're going to simplify your social media content strategy between your reels, stories, marketing posts, saving you time and effort while also showing you how to attract new business consistently. No more wondering what to post and how to post it. We're going to help you with easy plug and play scripts, including the right tools for lead generation and customer acquisition. Who would love to have new customers in 2023? I know I would, right? Build your personal brand for beginners, how to identify your niche, that niche that everybody keeps talking about, and creating good quality content between all your social media platforms that will attract the right buyers. How do you cultivate an attractive community that's going to be engaging, that's going to be profitable? I literally built my entire business at the very, very beginning off of a Facebook group, the one that you're watching this from. Okay. I'm going to show you exactly what I did step by step. And in addition to this, guys, you're going to get online coaching with me. Every week, we're going to have weekly office hours where right now I have it scheduled for Thursdays. So every Thursday, we're going to meet up together on a Zoom call, and I'm going to dive into your business. And I'm going to be very honest. I'm going to be very frank. I'm going to be the coach that you need in order to get out of your own head, out of your limiting beliefs, out of the bubble that some of you have stuck yourself in by accident, right? And I'm going to help you reach those higher levels that you want to reach for your business, okay? For yourself, for your life. There's also going to be bonus training material from some of the top leaders in the industry, teaching you their knowledge and how they scaled their business as well. Some of these people that are going to be in this business or in this program have been in the business for way longer than me, like a couple decades. And they're going to be bringing their knowledge, okay? I have a YouTube star, I have a text marketing star, and then I have this other mystery guest that I can't wait to introduce you to. And some of you guys probably already know her. So if y'all are excited, if you're ready to finally take all those puzzle pieces, right? I talked about puzzle pieces last week a lot. The puzzle pieces of training after training after training and trying to piece it all together to create your masterpiece, to create your foundation for a business. If you're ready to finally put it together and create that masterpiece for you and your business, comment below with the word elite. Somebody from my team will reach out to you with information, and then more than likely you'll be popped in a 3-way chat with me so I can answer your questions and help you see if this is going to be a good fit for you. My friends, happy Sunday. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. Open enrollment for the Elite Academy does end on February 1st, so you have this much time to go ahead and enroll. I don't know if I'm going to be offering this again, but thank you guys again for hopping on. And I can't wait to start working with you guys. See you guys next Sunday. Bye, friends.